Day 13 of the Schumer shutdown, and Democrats continue to dig in their heels on health care demands. Joining me now is New York Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. Great to see you again. Thank you for being here. Is anybody making any concessions now? Are people talking to each other off stage about concessions that can be made that could put an end to the shutdown?
We already made the concessions. We got a bunch of Republicans to vote for a continuing resolution at Biden level funding, which was a major accomplishment, thanks to the help of President Trump, Speaker Mike Johnson, Leader Thune he got some of them. We just need to get Chuck Schumer to vote for the rest of it. I mean, this is Chuck Schumer's spending levels. This is the Democrats' funding. Right now the Democrats are seeming like, they seem to be, they're denying it, but they seem to be waiting until they have this so-called No Kings rally coming up on Saturday, which to me is really disgusting when you think about the troops. Trump is doing everything he can to try to find ways to pay the troops, to cover the WIC program using tariffs. And, I got to say, like David, why don't they bring in those bicyclists that are nude, that are protesting the ICE facilities out in Portland?
For those who don't know what you're talking about, there was a protest where the protesters actually took their clothes off. It was kind of a disgusting sight, to put it mildly, to see these overweight older folks on bicycles. It made me feel uncomfortable. But the bottom line is,
this is advocacy for the Democrats.
Yeah.
This is advocacy. It's a joke.
The incredible thing, though, is 1.5 trillion extra dollars is what they're demanding, including a further expansion of Medicaid. The bottom line is Obamacare, we were told, was going to solve all our problems with health care in this country. Instead, even Bernie Sanders is admitting that our health care system is now broken, which means that the promises they were making about Obamacare were lies. Isn't the problem that you can't fix Obamacare, that if you concede anything on increasing these supplementals for Obamacare, whether they're tax credits or whatever, or direct subsidies, it ain't going to work?
Look, the Democrats put this in place. They've had an end date, and they're admitting that Obamacare doesn't work. This is a huge admission. And subsidies, when you add more subsidies, you get higher prices. We've been subsidizing Obamacare for 15 years. All we have are higher prices, less outcomes from a discrepancy between, we don't have patients and doctors working together. We have insurance companies and government officials, raking in the profits and telling doctors how to treat patients, with all these, prior authorizations and other things that patients are going through. This is a disaster, but the Democrats want more subsidies. They're creating this whole scenario, which, by the way, New York, where I come from, the least amount of effect is going to have on New York. Only about 0.6% of the Medicaid population are even going to be affected. And by the way, we're spending $230 million a year on people who aren't eligible, who are illegal immigrants in New York. And all we're saying to New York is you have a high error rate, you have fraud, abuse, and waste. You're laundering in the federal taxpayer dollars into this program. Stop doing that. Have an efficient program. Start focusing on the truly needy people. We're trying to get the people who deserve this to get their money. They're not. Well, it's being scammed by everybody.
And meanwhile, you have the president making these historic peace deals. I just want to roll a little tape of one of the Sunday talk shows where the vice president was on, Vice President Vance, with Stephanopoulos. And Stephanopoulos didn't even want to go there. He didn't want to talk about important things. He was talking about a rumor about Tom Homan. Roll it.
And here's, George, why fewer and fewer people watch your program and why you're losing credibility. Let's talk about the real issues, George. I think the American people would benefit much more from that than from you going down some weird left-wing rabbit hole where the facts clearly show that Tom Homan didn't engage in any criminal wrongdoing.
And you did not answer the question. Thank you for your time this morning.
No, George, I said that I don't.
Up next. We'll be right back.
Claudia, he literally cut off the vice president's mic because he wouldn't answer questions. We don't have much time, but did Dems really think that the whole fascist Trump business is going to work anymore, that they're avoiding the substance of issues?
Yeah, it's just unacceptable that a Clinton operative is now considered a legitimate journalist, and he's cutting off the vice president of the United States. It's a terrible look. This is an historic day. In fact, I still have my my yellow ribbon that I can take off now because our hostages are home and safe, thanks to the courage of President Trump.
A lot of Israelis
and
doing that
it is
too.
incredible what I saw today. It was a tear-jerking day for
Yes,
people.
it was.
It was just a major emotional, but this is just the beginning. We need to continue to fight on this. But look what President Trump do, the genius of bringing all these world leaders on the public stage, getting them to commit publicly that they are looking for peace and prosperity around the world, starting with the Middle East. It was incredible, an incredible scene, and he handled it so beautifully. He was humorous. He was heaping praise on certain people, and I think in a way to give them a nudge. Some of the people I won't name names, but you need to be part of the peace process. And I think he said that I like you, but I want you to comply. So really interesting, incredible day, an amazing day for the world. And yet the Democrats are talking about rumors and ways to continue to smear the Trump's appointees. And Tom Homan, who's my constituent.
All right, Congresswoman Claudia Tenney, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.